Let's go.
Joey, congratulations. Nice work. I understand we have to congratulate you again now because you've just finished working on a feature film. Can you tell us about it?
That's right. It's a film called Wild Style, and I worked on a title sequence for it with a graffiti artist whose name is Zephyr. And that features rap music and breakdancing and the whole hip-hop scene.
In a little while, we're going to see some more from your winning film called Bandits. It's a 7-minute film. How long did it take you to make this 7 minutes of film work?
It took about 2 years.
2 years?
That's right.
Why?
Well,
the film lab was slow, I know.
No, there's a lot of work in it. Thousands of drawings have to be made, thousands of cells and backgrounds.
Now, you were working on this part-time because you were in school at the time, am I right?
Well, actually, at School of Visual Arts, Bandits was my thesis project, so I was able to devote at least 16 hours a day to the film.
16 hours a day?
That's right.
For 2 years?
For 2 years.
Well, that's a lot of work for a 7-minute film.
Wow.
Incredible. Now, aside from patience and dedication and stick-to-itiveness, all of those things, what talents does a person need to be an animator?
Well, for my kind of animation, it really helps if you can draw. And I recommend life drawing for that, because you have to be able to see people, and I think life drawing helps you do that.
And do you do that like on the street, watching people walk or move, or standing still, modeling, or?
I sketch from TV, watching sports games. I sketched my parents. I took life drawing classes, anything like that.
You're trying to capture motion, is that the idea?
That's the idea, capture motion.
Uh-huh. And how did you get the idea for Bandits?
Well, Super Sam and Spot, who are the main characters in Bandits, are characters that I've been drawing for many, many years in a comic strip form. So I felt like I knew them very well, and when I had my thesis project to do at SVA, I decided they would be it. That would be it.
So it was an outgrowth of work you've been working on for some time.
That's right.
Good. Tell us about these cells. I know you've brought along some show and tell for us. Give us an idea what that's all about. I'm sure that our audience doesn't have the slightest idea what a cell is except the prison type. This is a cell, right?
This is the cell.
Right.
And this is the background.
Uh-huh.
And the reason you do it on a separate cell is so that you don't have to keep drawing the background over again.
Uh-huh.
Now, in this particular scene, it's just 8 cells that are repeated over and over again.
To get the motion going.
Get the motion,
right.
And then the background doesn't have to be redrawn.
So each cell would be a little bit different with the horse's legs in different places, and that's what gives you the animation.
That's right.
And you just, what do? You shoot a cell and then move, get the next cell and move it further, move the background or the cell, or?
You shoot the cell, you move the background, and then you get this is number 1, you get number 2, and replace it. And in this particular sequence, there were 8 cells. And so after number 8, you go back to number 1.
I see.
It's a repeat.
And it keeps rotating. Now, after it's all done, the film is finished, the music is on, the titles are on, and everything else. What was it like for you the first time you showed it to an audience?
Well, it was really great because I'd been working very hard to finish it in time to show it at the SVA end-of-year show, because these were all my friends and people I'd gone to school with for 4 years, and I really wanted them to see what I'd been doing. And so we had the screening, I made the screening, and they loved the film. They were applauding and laughing, and it just made the whole 2 years worth it.
7 minutes of heaven.
Yeah, exactly.
Joey, you've been working as a professional freelance animator since you graduated from school. What's your main goal now, career-wise?
Well, I'd like to establish myself even more as a freelance animator, but my main goal is to make a feature animated length film.
Well, I'm sure you have the talent to do it. Let's take a look at the highlights of your award-winning 7-minute animated film, Bandits.
Kate, get your shoes. I don't wear shoes. Watch your step. Hurry up. Don't forget your belt. Got it. Watch out where you go. Hey, Are you sure they said they were riding horses?
Yeah, that's what they said. You want some coffee?
Yeah, sure. Thanks. Hey, get on the horn there and find out where these masked bandits are.
Hello, Spot here. What's the latest location on that chase in progress? Uh-huh. Thanks. 10-4. Okay, Sam. They should be right around here somewhere. There!
Huh? They've disappeared. One more look and it'll be your last.
Joey, this is the award you won. Congratulations, and we can really easily see watching Bandits why you won it. Congratulations, it's wonderful work.
Thank you very much.
Carrie, since you were one of the judges looking at this award-winning film, it would probably be a big help to our audience if you could explain to us what you saw. Let's sum up Joey's work from your point of view.
I've done a little animation in the past, so I appreciate firsthand the hours that it takes to do animation work like this. Aside from the fact that every scene has to have its own background painting, every second of film is 24 frames. That means you have to do 24 separate drawings for every second. Now, in every minute you got 60 seconds, and if you do a little rough calculation, which I have done, that ends up to be about over 10,000 pictures for a 7-minute film like Bandits. Now, say he did some cycle repeats and some shortcuts of one type or another. Say he only did half that many. He still did about 5,000 drawings. Now, you know as well as anyone the length of time that it takes to make films.
Yes.
The long-range dedication for any kind of film. But for animation, where it comes down to be a kind of a one-man personal project, you're the producer, you're the artist, you're the designer, you're the director. I mean, he didn't play the musical instruments for the soundtrack, but he was the musical director, too. He got them all together. It is a dedication that is just without equal.
Well, you're talking about two separate areas that have to come together. One is a tremendous amount of dedication and physical work involved, and the other is a concept that makes sense so that all that work finally pays off into something that people want to see.
And that you can sustain your energy and your interest and your excitement about it over a long-range time.
I agree. It's a tremendous accomplishment, Joey. We're going to be seeing a lot of nice things from you in the future, and please come back one of these days with your...
Snow when it was so slippery. They were lovely to ride.